So it is my great pleasure to invite you all to celebrate the achievement of some brilliant researchers and communicators who have won the 8th World Perio Research Award. It's the 8th edition. It has become a classic in the landscape of the oral and systemic research space. I feel very fortunate that Sunstar, as the Sunstar Foundation, has decided to establish this award and fund it continuously 8 times at a 3-year cycle. It means 24 years. And over the years, exceptional research has been recognized, and I think it's really a privilege. Now, the award, the system is actually very rigorous, and I would like to tell you something very, very quickly about the committee. The committee was established originally by Professor Isao Ishikawa, and then Professor Murakami, Professor Korman, and Professor Jenko were the leaders who took this forward. And it is a panel that is formed by leaders and especially by the serving editors-in-chief of the main periodontal and dental journals. This award looks for the best research, and the beauty of our panel has been that over the years we can tell you that the level of the research has been increasing dramatically and constantly. So over these 24 years, we have witnessed research becoming more and more in-depth, becoming more relevant, and actually becoming more interdisciplinary, which is really what the Sunstar Foundation wanted to capture. The idea is really to provide an incentive and a recognition for groups to do the kind of research that can be transformative. The jury is formed by these leaders. You see the active ones on the left. And I had the privilege to be the chairman of this committee. And I want to tell to all participants that all your papers that have been evaluated were exceptional, and particularly this year. So it was very, very difficult to identify winners. And so I think that everybody working in this space has to be recognized as a winner. Firstly, because of your contribution to oral health, to general health, and to your patients, but also for the work you have been doing. So, without any additional words, I would like first to thank and recognize Professor Giannobile, who is not with us for obvious reasons, given what we read in newspapers these days about Harvard and some of the difficulties they are experiencing. Then we have Professor Papapano, who is the serving editor of Journal of Clinical Periodontology, Professor Jakubovic, serving editor of the Journal of Dental Research, Professor Ioannidou, serving editor of Journal of Periodontology, and Professor Romandini, serving editor of the Journal of Periodontal Research. We had a lot of papers to select, and we had to work very hard. So thank you very much for all you have done in the selection process. And now it is my pleasure to announce the first winner. And the first winner is Dr. Byrd. And Dr. Byrd's paper is groundbreaking in many ways, not last because of the timing of this paper. It is a paper that actually gave additional insight on, in the middle of the pandemic, of how SARS-CoV was actually impacting the oral cavity and how it was being present in saliva. So, and this, I think, was very timely and very important. In fact, it was published in a very, very high impact factor journal, Nature Medicine. So thank you, Dr. Byrd, for your work, and please come to the stage to accept the award.
Thank you so much, Sunstar Foundation, and that wonderful introduction. I'll just very briefly say, I think in the spirit of the award, there was a lot of serendipity that happened in the moment that we put this whole project together. I was in my residency at UNC in the Perinatology clinics when everything shut down with SARS, and both my research program and residency shut down on the same day. And I had a lot more time on my hands. And within about one day, I got a call from the pulmonology group at UNC that said they had some questions about saliva. And they have a 4-hour lab meeting they met every Tuesday. They asked the dentist to join every week. And from that, and with collaborations at the NIH and the UK, and eventually a large global network that was born, this project became both timely, but also possible because of that interdisciplinary collaboration. It's truly a remarkable opportunity to still to collaborate with many of the individual folks that are on these projects. These have spun out into other pan-airway projects that we were still working on. And it's been my great honor and privilege to publish this work, to be honored in this way, especially thinking about the legacy of my mentor at UNC was Stephen Offenbacher, who I had the privilege of rotating in his lab. And so I think there's the seeds of this award, and I think what it means has really borne out in this project, and I'm just very grateful to be here with you all today. Thank you.
And now it's my privilege to invite Professor Papapano to present the second prize.
Thank you so much, Mauricio. It is my honor to be with you today, and if we can have the next slide, please. It doesn't like me. Press the arrow. Oh, okay, it is a little bit... Okay, here we go. I pressed the arrow a little bit too many times. So it is my pleasure to introduce the second winner of this prestigious award, Dr. Craig Valentine, for the work on behalf of his team, Antepartum Periodontitis Treatment and Risk of Offspring Screening Positive for Autism Spectrum Disorder. This is a really important topic. I've had the privilege of being involved in studies related to the effects of periodontal infection, inflammation, and adverse pregnancy outcomes. So I'm extremely pleased to be able to see that this paper has made it to the top for this year. So Dr. Valentine, if you want to come over.
All
All right, thank you so much to the Sunstar Foundation, to the esteemed panel of judges. I appreciate this greatly. Just a few words about the paper. So when we were putting this together, I was actually not part of this group. Stephen Offenbacher had unfortunately passed away, and he was the one that really was the revolutionary figure that led the MOTOR trial. That was the individual randomized controlled trial looking at dental scaling and root planning during pregnancy compared to after pregnancy. And I'm a neonatologist, and so I take care of preterm babies each and every day. But the question is what's the long-term follow-up for these babies that were in this trial? And so our group here looked at autism risk and symptoms at 2 years of age and found that those individuals, those babies that were born to those pregnant individuals that received scaling and planning during pregnancy as compared to delayed until after pregnancy had reduced symptoms of autism at 2 years of age and reductions of IL-6 and metrics of markers of inflammation. And so I think it just goes to underscore that oral hygiene is really important in oral care in pregnancy, and that we can't overlook it, even though sometimes we're scared to provide that treatment. And as a clinician who doesn't go to dental school or anything, we oftentimes forget about the mouth, but it's really important. And so I just really greatly appreciate this wonderful opportunity to get to be here and also to meet all of the wonderful dental community that otherwise I probably wouldn't have got to meet. So thank you so much.
Okay, and I'm delighted to be here, and I think it's really a great thing that we can recognize quality research in this way. There are so few mechanisms in the field to really say well done when people actually do really good research. Scientists are also used to criticizing each other all the time, so I think it's wonderful that we have these awards. And we sort of in this paper, we move to the other end of the spectrum. So we've just heard about pediatrics, and this paper is kind of the other end of the life course, looking at diabetes, edentulosum, and cognitive decline. So this was a 12-year prospective analysis. And this is another really important link between oral health and systemic health. And perhaps one of the strongest links is with diabetes, and it's also one of the things that is actually tractable, because by treating oral health, we can actually help diabetes and vice versa. So it's a very important study, and congratulations to Dr. Bei Wu from New York University. Well done.
Thank you so very much. It's a great honor and a pleasure to accept this award. I would like, first of all, thank Sunstar Foundation, Naomi and Rachel for making this happen, and also the review committees for your great effort in selecting papers. Thank you all for recognizing our group's project. And also would like to thank our research team. Now we all know the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration. So this paper is truly the reflection of our teamwork. So thank you all for our team members, so actually except me and nobody else was here. But anyway, so dementia and cognitive decline has been, I'm trained as a gerontologist, so dementia and cognitive impairment is my kind of 30 years in this area. But how actually we link this edentulism and diabetes is really think about these, there's linkages between oral health and diabetes. Then how this actually, our paper is looking at how this co-occurrence of edentulism and diabetes impact on cognitive decline using large epidemiological studies. So I want to actually say kind of three messages here. That first of all, oral health is an essential element of healthy aging, and particularly as we get older. Then second is really think about how this is, our work is truly reflect interdisciplinary collaboration, bring nursing, gerontology, medicine, and the dentistry together to make this happen. And this actually conference is truly also reflect a lot of that. We all get together, many of us are non-dental professionals, but we actually work on common cause, which is improving oral health globally. The third message is really think about, although trained as a gerontologist, just actually oral health truly reflect a kind of lifelong kind of process. So we really need to think about life course perspective. And also we need to think about now we're getting together, that global collaboration makes it so important for us to do. How we can actually work together to improve oral health globally. So thank you very much for this recognition. Thank you.
So good afternoon. Now we are at the fourth prize. Let's say it's a different competition actually, because all the finalists for the World Perio Research Award were invited to submit a 1-minute video explaining their study, but actually everyone could apply to this prize. So let's say it was a larger competition. So everyone applying to this prize that had to provide the Sunstar with a 1-minute video, which was uploaded in the YouTube channel of Sunstar, so everyone could vote. And I'm very happy to present you the winner, who is Dr. Kosho from ACTA, and the study is Cardiovascular Risk Assessment in Periodontitis Patients and Controls using the European Score Model, a pilot study. So this was published in 2023 in Frontiers in Physiology. So I would like to ask to Dr. Kosho to come here to present the study, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. And first of all, thank you, Sunstar. And thank you for all who have voted for me for the video. So thank you for the Perio Link Award. And I want to say some words. I always question myself, what is the purpose of what I'm doing? What is the purpose of my research project? And before I say something about our research, I want you to think of someone who has a stroke, who has had a stroke, or a heart attack, or suffers from diabetes. It might be your patient, or even one of the people that you love. And this is a painful feeling. And even more painful is the fact that 80% of the heart attacks could be prevented. Another painful fact is that 50% of the individuals with diabetes are still undiagnosed, 50%. So we show in our paper that there is a great potential for dental offices to improve our patients' cardiovascular and metabolic health. For example, by implementing during a dental visit a chairside finger stick test to analyze markers for cardiovascular disease and/or diabetes. In this way, we can early detect diseases and make patients more aware. It also highlights the need for close collaboration between dental and medical professionals. So we have clearly a lot of work to do, and I hope we can make a significant impact on tackling these systemic diseases throughout the dental setting. Thank you very much.
Thank you for attending our award ceremony. The Sunstar Foundation is proud to have supported research on the oral systemic link in 24 years. These long-lasting awards are a testament to the commitment of my grandfather and father, founders of Sunstar. They advance our understanding on the link. They both struggled with diabetes themselves and believed in its relationship with oral health. When, with the help of the late Professor Jenko, these awards were then born. To our prestigious selection committee members and their renowned journals in Perinatology, my warmest thank you. All this would not have been possible without your continued support. To our winners, my sincere congratulations for your groundbreaking research and contribution to the advancement of science. And of course, to our earlier lecturer, Dr. Graziani, grazie mille. It is an honor for Sunstar to work with all of you. Thank you very much.